Hey. Not a bad horse if I say so myself. I doubt it matches up to the ones we rode in Nord, though. Perhaps I should ride it around the field for a lap or two. It sounds like it might be pleasant. Allow me to accompany you. You really are good, Eustace. You've been doing a fine job raising your horse, too. Why don't we take this chance to ride off to the highway? We can see if your horse can outrace my trusty Whitcomb. I hate to admit it, but Eustace really knows what he's doing on horseback. I won't let him show me up forever, though. Sounds like Machias might have some competition on his hands. Hello, Ferris. You cheated. That is the only possible explanation for this. The idea that I would somehow lose otherwise is, well, it's inconceivable. Oh, please. You know full well that I wouldn't cheat. That is true. Well, clearly my stick is somehow faulty. We shall do this once more after I have exchanged my stick for one that works properly. I give up. I cannot possibly lose after so much practice. I'll show you this time, Elisa. Just you wait. I don't have any problems with how hard Ferris is working during practice now. I do have an issue with how much grief she's giving me, though. Never mind. Same thing. Okay. So those two just will not get along, will they? They need to realize that rivalries are about inspiring each other to aim higher, not just wasting the day arguing. It seems that my history with Emily is repeating itself through the two of them. However, it remains to be seen if they can overcome their differences and become true friends. I don't know about that one. I think you're asking a bit much there. Okay, I think we have spoken to everyone, so I guess we continue. Gonna go get dinner? Enjoy dinner. We leave. Should I go back to the dormitory? Yes.
I guess there are cicadas around Trista, too.
And we're randomly voiced again.
When I hear them, I always feel like that's when summer's really arrived.
Retiring for the day, Schwarzer?
Instructor Neidhart. Yes. Are you heading out too?
Indeed. I have some business to take care of with my division, so I'll be returning there tomorrow. With that on the agenda, I thought it wise to finish the day's work early.
Your division? Oh yeah, you were sent here by the Imperial Army, right?
Correct. Though because of that, it's difficult to keep a regular schedule here. Anyway, while I'm here, I want to acknowledge the work you did during your field study last month.
You mean that incident in Nord?
The same. Reading the Army's report, it seemed that armed conflict with the Republican Army was a real possibility. While the Intelligence Division no doubt had a hand in resolving the conflict, you and the other members of your group played an integral part in averting a war. You deserve credit for that.
Thank you. I did apprehend the people responsible, so, you know, I should get credit.
Thanks. You haven't been able to find out anything more about that man with the glasses, have you?
The one who hired the mercenaries and introduced himself as Gideon? Regrettably not. The Intelligence Division is looking into his identity, but they don't appear to have found anything yet.
I want his flute.
Personally, I wouldn't be at all surprised if they had discovered something already, but chose not to share it with us.
I see.
Lecter?
I'll be the
Not
first to
sharing with
admit
the
you
class?
performed admirably out there. But I assume you're aware that luck played a large part in your success?
Well,
Reading your report, the number of arbitrary decisions stood out to me. For an army to function, its members need to work together as a group, united under the will of its commander. As an organization, it can't perform at its best if its members disregard authority and act on instinct. You've already been over this in class, I believe?
Yes, Instructor. I realize now that our actions in Nord were rash, but they made things harder for the Lieutenant General. If it wasn't for our inexperience, we might have been able to capture the man with the glasses too.
I don't really like the Lieutenant General, so I don't really care if we made things inconvenient for him.
If you understand that, I have nothing further to say on the matter. It's not my intent to belittle your efforts. Your report indicates that you were forced to make a number of split-second decisions. I'm not suggesting that there's no place for flexibility and independent thought in an organization like the Army. But it's vital for you to understand the reasoning behind and importance of that structure, and to respect it.
Yes, Instructor.
Teaching cadets to respect and work within that system should be the job of their class's instructor.
You've met Sara.
Though considering her background, I was foolish to expect that of her.
Her? You're talking about Instructor Sara?
Indeed. Granted, she's quite skilled, but she lacks the disposition and diligence of a soldier. I understand she didn't come from an army background, but with her position, one would hope she would pick up on the basics.
Oh, so
She doesn't scream respects authority to me.
do you know what Instructor Sara did before she became an instructor here?
Oh? Is she keeping mum about that? I just assumed you were already aware. Before she came to Thor's, Sara was...
It's not very becoming of a gentleman to go around broadcasting a lady's secrets, you know.
But I want to know.
Instructor Sara.
Instructor Valentine.
I totally understand where you're coming from. You meet a beautiful, captivating lady and you want to know more. But don't let hard-headed officer types like our friend here rub off on you too much. Got it? You always play by the rules, and you'll find yourself in a jam someday when you encounter people who don't.
Instructor?
Don't spoil, it's her secret.
You're one to talk. I hardly think a capricious instructor who leaves everything to chance is capable of guiding our cadets to greatness.
Well, of course, I couldn't do a better job than the ace of the 4th Armored Division. Or was that the Provincial Army? I mean, you've got the whole tradition and status are everything mindset down pat.
It looks like these two aren't getting along any better.
He just backed away.
First Sharon, now Instructor Neidhart. Instructor Sara almost seems like she's spoiling for a fight.
Who do we have here? Well, if it isn't Instructor Sara and Instructor Neidhart.
Hello, Thomas.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Instructor Thomas?
Oh, and young Rean is with you too. Simply marvelous.
I feel like this is the first time we've heard him speak.
It looks like you're having a downright jolly time. Would you mind if I joined you?
I'm not sure that would be...
Actually, I was just leaving. Come along, Rean. We need to hurry back to the dorms now.
We do?
Oh, but while we're all together like this, what say we have a few drinks together and enjoy some quality faculty bonding time? I heard the two of you really know how to hold your liquor.
I'm afraid I really must...
I've actually just been hit with the overwhelming urge to drink alone in my room tonight.
Now, there's no need to be shy. We're all friends here.
Are you?
Oh, I know. Why don't you come along with us, Rean? We can't float a beer your way quite yet, but I'd be happy to treat you to something else.
No, it's quite all right. You teachers are always so busy, I'd hate to get in the way of your quality bonding time.
That's right. Throw Sara under the bus.
So, if you'll excuse me, I'll be sure to let Sharon know that you're having dinner out tonight, instructor.
No, Rean, well, wait! What kind of heartless monster are you? Get back here, Rean Schwarzer!
Well, shall we be off?
I couldn't possibly. I need to depart early tomorrow morning, so I really must insist.
And they were never heard from again. Chapter 4, A Midsummer's Revels. I'll hang out in the dormitory. I'll talk to people. Learn some things. No one's in that room yet. Okay. I have to admit, I'm a little sad I won't be able to go to the summer festival this year. Oh, ye of little faith. Since I grew up in Heimdall, I looked forward to it every summer. That and what? Just forget I said anything. Oh well. Now's not the time to be thinking about the summer festival anyway. We've got our practical exam and another field study coming up, and then I've got the wind orchestra concert next month. I've got no shortage of things to focus on, and I feel like I have to do well on all of them. Okay. Good evening, Green. Hey there, Machias. Still studying, huh? That's great, but make sure to call it a night before it gets too late. Don't worry, I will. Once it starts getting warmer, it'll probably be easier to focus on studying during the mornings and evenings. That's why I figured it'd be a good idea to start easing myself into new studying hours right now. I see. Looking around, I can't help but be impressed how nice and tidy your room is. I guess that shouldn't be a surprise, though. You've always seemed like the type to keep everything in its place. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Of course. Well, it's just easier to concentrate in a clean room. You should keep yours in order, too. A clean room is a relaxing place. Yeah, I should probably take your advice to heart there. Heimdall's summer festival is right around the corner now. Whoops, I'm starting to get distracted. No time to think about things like that when I need to focus on studying. Hey. What are you up to, you sis? I'm cleaning my horse riding gear. It got dirtier than I expected while I was out riding on the highway today. Well, at least it looks like you're having fun in the riding club. I can understand that, though. Riding those horses across the Nord Highlands on our field study felt fantastic. It really did. If we ever had the opportunity to do so again, I certainly wouldn't complain. How should I spend the day tomorrow? I always wind up having far too much free time when the riding club doesn't meet. Gaius is painting the wind again. What are you drawing, Gaius? I came up with a great idea for a painting during our field study last month. I'm in the middle of roughing out the composition for it at the moment. Nice. I look forward to seeing the finished piece. Sorry to say, but this one's going to take me a while. I have plenty of other projects to work on too, so I'm planning on doing this painting at a nice, relaxed pace. But don't worry, I plan on showing all of you when it's done, so I hope you'll look forward to it. Sounds good to me. I came up with a great idea for a painting during our field study last month. I can only hope it'll end up looking as good as it does in my head. By the way, I did look at the PlayStation Store to see if there was different costume DLC for this game, and I couldn't find any for this game. It looked like the earliest DLC you could get was for 3. Unless I just didn't look hard enough. Hey, why can I not? Thank you. It's rare to hear you sigh like that. I'm feeling tired, that's all. Lately, between swimming lessons and club practice, I feel like I've spent more time in the water than out. I guess I still have a way to go. Her clash with Fee must still be bothering her. There are uniforms with different color? Man, I'm gonna have to try harder to find the DLC. And there's a Mishi Park uniform too? Calling it a day a little earlier than usual feels like a smart choice right now. I still have quite a ways to go. I don't have them, do I? No. I just couldn't find them on the PlayStation Store. Dang. It definitely feels like summer's here now that our swimming lessons have started. I was thinking about going to the boutique tomorrow to buy some new clothes, but I don't know if I should. We're almost always in our uniforms, so there probably isn't that much point. Our summer uniforms are fairly comfortable too. I guess I shouldn't buy trendy clothes if I won't have a chance to wear them. It's logical, but it's still disappointing. I wonder how my grandfather's doing, actually. I can see the Highlands being cool in the summer, but they're supposed to get really cold as soon as it hits fall. I'm a little worried about him now. Maybe I should talk to Sharon about this. He's been fine. He's been staying there for like years. Why are you sitting on crates? Oh, Rean. Are you okay, Fee? You were kind of spacing out there. I'm fine. Did you need something? Not really. I just want... Wait, what are you sitting on? Weapons, explosives, all that good stuff. Just be careful with those. I know how to handle them. It's probably a bad thing, though. Huh? Nothing. I'm just gonna sleep. Night. Yeah, good night. Want to sleep together? I've gotta go. Well, was not expecting that. What are these? She also likes shoes. Okay, this is Lara's room. We already spoke to Lara. Emma. Good evening, Rean. Evening, Emma. Say, aren't those cards the kind people use for fortune telling? Oh, tarot cards? That's right, they're called tarot cards. My grandmother taught me how to use them. Girls really seem to be into that fortune telling stuff, huh? Well, how about you read my fortune? Just something simple's fine, of course. Something simple, let's go with this then. Emma thoroughly shuffled her cards, then picked one. The Wheel of Fortune. In the upright position, this card represents chance, change, and turning points in life. So, a general reading would suggest that you're approaching a major turning point in your life. That's a bit vague, isn't it? Sorry, I'm still learning the finer points of reading the cards. I am rather curious about this result, though. I suppose I just need to practice more with the cards. There are multiple ways each result can be interpreted, so seeing the truth of a reading can be difficult to master. Guess I'll ask you for another reading sometime then. Feel free to. Okay. That's interesting. Is Sara in her room? No. Where is Sara? Oh, is she still like out with Thomas and Nightheart? No, she's here. I'm back. Whew. It's been a while since I got this plastered. Don't tell me you and Instructor Nightheart were trying to outdrink each other. Of course not. He hardly even drank anything. Now, Instructor Thomas, though. Wow, you should have seen him drain those beers. I did my best to rise to the challenge, of course, but he just kept chugging away. It's like the booze didn't even faze him. Well, knowing you, I'm sure you'll shake it off after a good night's rest. Really though, have you ever thought of maybe drinking in moderation? I think I heard of it before, long ago. I'm not sure what she thinks I'm talking about, but I doubt it's what I actually said. Maid, where's the water I asked for? Don't you think I'll forget this, Thomas? I'll drink you and your fogged up glasses under the table one day. Hello, Frostican Raiders. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to stream. I hope you had a good stream. We are just into chapter 4 of this game. Just barely. Are you playing Cold Steel 1 as well, or have you moved on to 2? Why am I not surprised it's alcohol that's triggered her competitive side? Ooh, you're one chapter ahead. Ooh. Chapter 3 went on forever for me. And this time it wasn't because there were so many people to talk to. It just went on forever. Not a bad thing, though. All right, I've spoken to everyone. Sleep time. Which one of these rooms? This one. One day I'll remember which room is mine. Should I call it a day? Yes, I've spoken to everyone.